नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. हरे कृष्णा. Camera, screen. Can you put on screen for 2 minutes? The students. Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. Fine. So let's start our discussion. So we were discussing in last class, second canto, 6th chapter, till 33rd sloka we discussed. So what we learned from there, from those slokas? From 1 to 17, we have seen the various ingredients are coming from the various limbs of the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Yes. Then after that, so Brahmaji was saying he also appeared from there and he wanted to worship him. He wanted to do sacrifice for the Supreme Lord. So for that he wanted ingredients, and all those ingredients also so extracted from the limbs of Supreme Lord. So that's why everything is from Supreme Lord, and we have given an example. So if you want to worship the Ganges, so you will be using the same Ganges water, and also if you want to worship the earth, so you'll be worshipping the products which are coming from her, like flowers, agarbattis, incense, and so on. The same way here. So then after that, till 33, we finished. 34 onwards we have to discuss. So Tripad Vibhuti means, what it means? Spiritual world is 3 times bigger than the material world. That what we have to understand. Spiritual world is having the 3 qualities: Amritam, Abhayam, Kshemam. That means the objects in this, that means the Aishwarya, the opulence in spiritual is Amritam, there is no death, and also Abhayam and Kshemam. So since there is no influence of time, so there is no fear, Abhayam. Since there is no Maya, so there is no inauspiciousness. So that's why it is Kshemam. And it is Amritam. Okay, so but the material opulence, if you see, it is Martyam. It is due to what? It is due to Karma Phala. Yeah. So Martyam, and it is due to the Karma Phala, it is appearing. is total four padas. So Tripatvam is said based upon these three features, and Ekapatvam is said based upon that feature. And after that, these two, so Amrutam, that's so spiritual opulence and material opulence both. Who is the source? Source is the Supreme Lord. So that's why, my dear Narada, don't think that so Lord is creating only this universe and these objects, but so there are innumerable objects, spiritual objects also are there. So that's why material world is a reflection of a spiritual world. I mean, and what else? So whoever is having the vidya, so they are getting the spiritual opulence, and whoever having the avidya, they will be getting material opulence. These two paths are, who is the source of these two paths? So are the Supreme Lord. And this material opulence is due to Maya. She is always hiding behind him. So that's why what we have to understand, this material understanding, material scientists, they are not having the so sufficient understanding on the very truth. So they try to simply take out some, so just they spend whole life to just research on a few so insignificant manifestations of Lord's energy. Some people, they do research on ants, some may do the research on frogs, and some may do research on coronavirus, which is an insignificant creation. It's insignificant thing in the Lord's opulence. And based upon the on that they spend whole life to research and try to find. So like this, they are wasting the time. So that's why a really intelligent person, they has to hear from so authorized guru. That's a Brahmaji. He is a supreme creator. So he's the creator of this universe in this, so living entities in this universe. So he is accepting the authority of the Supreme Lord, and we have to follow in the footsteps of Brahmaji. And one should not waste whole time just doing research on material objects, various material objects. So that's why this this descending knowledge. It is directly coming from the Supreme Lord. Should be taken, so that is going to be discussed today. Brahmaji is going to explain so many things. So he is asking, it's not so impossible for Jivatma to know the all the spiritual opulences of the Supreme Lord, because Jivatma is so limited. Even Lord himself doesn't know that many opulences he is having. That means what? He, if he wants, he knows, but so you can understand, that is a way of saying, so many, unlimited. So even Brahmaji is saying, we cannot know, we cannot know. And also, always they are increasing also. So that's why it is very, very, very impossible to know the opulence of the Supreme Lord. And then what to speak? So material opulence is also same, and spiritual opulence is also very difficult to know. Then what about these small jivatmas, scientists, so-called scientists? So that's why Prabhupada is writing in his purports again and again in this. So he is asking all these scientists, so don't waste your time and follow the authority of the Brahmaji. And Brahmaji himself is saying that understanding this opulence of the Lord is not possible for me also, for the Lord Shiva and for the Narada also. So you people should not waste your time and do the bhakti. That's all. You will be coming to know so some portion of that, and so that your life will be successful. So this is the main point actually we are going to see in these slokas. So ultimately, this Srishti Leela. So Lord Srishti Leela, if you study, you'll be understanding the Lord's opulences and spiritual and material opulences, and you can understand such a magnanimous personality, and He is the cause for all the things. So what we and what He, you cannot compare actually. We are we make simple one small building, and we feel that it is a lifetime achievement. If you construct one flat, so just 2 BHK or 3 BHK, and if you are able to earn money and construct that, then you will be thinking that your life is successful. And if you get a one car and one flat, so that's all. But what about the Supreme Lord? So he is the creator of the innumerable universes, and even Brahmaji was also not able to know that. So there are so many Brahmajis like him, and millions of Brahmajis are there, and millions of the universes are there. So, and everything is coming from the Krishna. So that is a greatness of the Krishna, and this kind of so amazement actually. So Adbhuta Rasa actually. It brings so surprising bhava actually. That is Adbhuta Rasa. So yes, see how Brahmaji is expressing his feelings from 34. न भारति मेऽङ्गमृषोपलक्ष्यते न वै क्वचिन्मे मनसो मृषारगति न मे हृषीकाणि पतन्त्यसत्पथे यन्मे हृदौत्कण्ठ्यवतादृतो हरिः. Vedambara Chaitanya translation.
O Narada, because I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, with great zeal, whatever I say has never proved to have been false, nor is the progress of my mind ever deterred, nor are my senses ever degraded by temporary attachment to matter.
Where is Chaitanya Jivan? Not well. Sleeping. Sick. So okay. Questions will write. Huh? Akshay Hari Prabhu. Answers also should write, not only questions. So from this sloka, I will be seeing some interesting discussion from Vishwanath Chakra Thakur. So then after that, we'll discuss Prabhupada for first few points. So our Vishwanath is saying, so Puru Pakshi is asking, that means why this sloka is appearing here. If you want to understand the mood behind this, then you have to first understand the question from Puru Pakshi. So to answer that, this sloka is coming. So Puru Pakshi is saying, Tvam amrutam kshemam abhayam timurdno dhyayi मूर्धस्वित्यादिना त्रिगुणातीततायाः त्रिपात् विभूतेः नित्यत्वं पुरुषे तथा पादविभूतेः त्रिगुणमयप्रपञ्चस्यापि भगवतः विलज्जमान इत्यादेः बहिरङ्गमायाशक्तिकार्यत्वेन नित्यत्वेऽपि अमिथ्यात्वमेव प्रतिपादयसि तथा मायकवस्तूनां च तद्यागसा तद्याग तद्यागसाधनत्वेन सत्यत्वं व्यञ्जयसि. So here you see what happened in Tripat Vibhuti. He said that opulence is completely transcendental. It is beyond the three modes, Triguna Atitam, and also it is permanent, is said. Then after that, and Lord is having that kind of opulence. And there is one more Vibhuti, that is a Pada Vibhuti, Ekapat Vibhuti, that is due to three modes, and that is also due to law Maya. So that Maya is always shyful and shameful, otherwise, so she is not coming in front of the Lord, she is always hiding behind him. And that Maya is cause for these opulences. One, that's so Ekapat opulence, 1/4 of opulences. 1/4 opulences. So, and those also amithya. So they are also created by the Lord's energy Maya, and that's why they are not amithya. They are not mithya, but they are amithya. That means you should not say that they are illusory. No, those objects also due to the energy of the Lord. So here the point is, and to worship the Lord. So Brahmaji is producing the various products, and those all products are also coming from the Maya, Ekapat Vibhuti, and those are used to worship the Lord who is beyond the three modes. Yes, this much we have seen. So here the point comes. अन्ये शास्त्रविदस्तु सर्वमिदं मनोविलसितवत् मिथ्या एव भगवतः खलु भगवत्वमपि तटस्थलक्षणत्वात् अनित्यमेव तद्धाम्नः त्रिपाद्विभूतेः का वार्ता इति व्याचक्षते. So this is the fact what, but after that Mayavadis are coming into the picture here. They are also knowers of the Shastra, and they are saying that these all products, whatever Maya is producing, those are all due to mano vilasitatvat mithya eva. Those are all due to the Jiva's ignorance. Jiva's ignorance is the cause for the Maya. And that Maya is creating these objects. We have seen in the Tattva Sandarbha actually. You are all remembering or not? So who is the cause for the Maya? Jiva's avidya. And Jiva's avidya is caused by whom? By the Maya. So that is a proposition they accept actually. So here Jiva's avidya is the cause for the Maya, and that means Jiva's mano velasitam, that means which is out of his mental ignorance. So all the products are coming. That's why all this material world is just a mithya. This is the stand of the Advaitins, Mayavadis. So that's why they are known as Mayavadis. This is the reason, because everything is coming from the Maya, and that Maya is due to the Jiva's ignorance. Okay. And also they say, then what about the opulence of the Lord? Okay, this material world is fine. Then what about the Supreme Lord? He is having so much opulence. He is having his planet, and which is having so many varieties of the objects. And if you see the description of the Vaikunta, you will be seeing that there are these tulsi plants, and there are the hill, and there are so many cows, and so many varieties of the other parshadas, and they are having the numerous opulence, the mukuta, and so and so, so and so. And what about these? So what they say, the opulence, the bhagavatvam of the Lord, about what they say? This material world is okay. Jiva's ignorance. Then about the Vishnu, what they say? And they say that is also Bhagavatah Kalu Bhagavatvamupi Tadastha Lakshanatvat Anityameva. That is also Anityam. That is also Anityam. Tadhamna Tribu Vibodhe Kavarta iti Vyachakshate. So they say Bhagavatvam. Bhagavan is there and Bhagavatvam is also is Anityameva. That's why we are seeing now. What they say Ishvara means what? Vidyavachinna Chaitanya is Ishvara and Avidyavachinna Chaitanya is Jiva. You understood this? So they say that Vidya is also product of the Maya. So this is the point actually. So Jivatma is there and Jivatmas, due to this Maya, Jiva's ignorance of the Jiva. Ignorance of Jiva is the cause for the Maya, and Maya is having the two functions. What is that? Vidya function and Avidya. And there is a Brahman. This is Brahman. And Vidya Vachinna Chaitanya is Jiva. And Avidya Vachinna Chaitanya is Ishvara. This. Sorry. Vidya Vachana is Ishvara. Avidya Vachana Chaitanya is Jiva. This is Brahman. What is the drawback in this? They say this is Jiva, and that Jiva is, Avidya is cause for the Maya, and that Maya's function is the Avidya, and that is covering the Brahman, and that is known as Jiva. So that means interdependency is there, interdependency. Maya came, Maya's function is Avidya, and that is cause for the Jiva, and that Jiva's ignorance is cause for the Maya. So this is the closed loop, and it is not a proper logic, but they say they don't accept Bhagavatvam is the transcendental. That is also, that's why this Vidyavachinna Chaitanyam is Ishvaraha. So Vidyavachinna Chaitanya is Ishvara, and this Ishvaratvam, that is what is the Bhagavatvam is there, that is also is temporary. Anityameva. So this is the Purva Pakshi is saying. Like this, so what they are saying, hey, what you people are accepting, Lord is transcendental and you are worshipping the objects which are coming from the Maya. It is simply bogus. So our proposal is very nice. Lord is also out of Maya, and so Jiva is also out of Maya, and everything is out of Maya, and objects which are coming from the Maya are used to worship the. So the Lord who is coming from the Maya. Everything Maya. Maya Vadam. This is good or not? So our point is right. They are saying like that. You're understanding, Prabhu? So now Brahmaji is saying, wait. Then Brahmaji is saying, Tatra aham kutra. So now actually Narada is asking this doubt actually. So my dear father, you said these things, Tripat Vibhuti and Ekapat Vibhuti, and one is from the out of Maya, another is from the spiritual opulence. And okay, fine. So we are using this material opulence to worship that spiritual Lord. Okay, that is also fine. But these Mayavadis, they don't like it, because they are saying Lord is also out of the Vidya, Avachana Chaitanya, which is due to Maya. And then it is, and the products also, whatever are coming, those are also out of the Maya. And everything is out of Maya. So then it is fine. So they may put objection like this actually. What is that? Anything coming from that, that is. So if you want to worship the earth, you should worship the objects which are coming from the same earth. And if you are going to worship water, Ganges, you are also worshipping the, so those parts only. That means water only you are taking from the same Ganges and you are worshipping. So what they are saying, why you are accepting Lord is and Lord opulences are very different from this one path, one pada. Take everything is out of Maya. Okay, we accept everything is coming from the Lord, and but that Lord is also out of Maya. Maya vachinna Chaitanya. Yes? So then what will happen? Everything is out of Maya. So we can worship. So now for this, so then Narada got this doubt. So they are giving that kind of logic. What should I do? Whom I should believe? I should believe your words or I should believe these Mayavadis words? Narada Muni's question this is. You don't think that the Advaitavada is now only. But Advaitavada is there, eternally it will be. Avidya is also there eternally, this ignorance. Yeah, they are all there from the time immemorial, from the beginningless. So that's why now we'll try to answer this. So Brahmaji, what he's saying to answer this? Mama iyam tubhya mukta vangna mrusha. He's saying, hey Narad, whatever said by me, that is not mrusha, that is not false. Tatra hetur navai iti. So that's why he is giving the navai. So this sloka is coming. That's why, to answer that. Sarvatra hetu rautkantya yuktena manasa maya haridruta iti. So he is saying, so in my heart, Vishnu is there. And I hold Vishnu in my heart and I spoke. And whatever I spoke, that is not wrong. You don't think that so their proposition, no. It is transcendental and it is. So Tripath is transcendental and Ekapath is material. And this is true. And don't consider that Tripath is also out of Maya. No. Advaitins, they don't accept the varietiness in the spirituality. They say that only the Nirgun Nirvishesha Chinmatra Satta, pure Brahman is only the absolute truth they accept. So that is their point. There is no varietiness there. There are no opulences there. There is no manifestation of, there is no energy in the spiritual. That means Brahman is not having energy. And there is no varietiness. There are no products like this, they say. So now we are saying, Brahmaji is saying their conception is wrong. My dear, you should accept this 3/4 opulence is Tripada opulence is purely transcendental. It is out of Lord's energy. And yes.
Little bit, can you please clarify it? It is Brahmavadi as well as Mayavadi. Brahmavadi, Nirvisheswadi also accept Brahman. And there's nothing except Brahman. And Mayavadi also accept Brahman. So what is difference?
But that is different. Okay. You have question related to this? I explained long back also that. Any question in this regard? So next, Yatra harihi tatraiva sarvam satyamiti madvachi. Okay. Next, manaha tasyam mrusha eva. So yatra harihi tatraiva sarvam satyam iti madvachyam eva visvasihi. So Brahmaji is saying, wherever there is Hari, there is Satyam. There is a truth. So that's why in my heart, Hari is there, and keeping Hari in my heart, I spoke all these words, so that's why you should accept my words, not the Mayavadi's words. And don't think that according to them, these three up fourth appearances is material. No, that's temporary. No, it is also, it is permanent. It is तैः अन्यैः शास्त्रविद्भिरपि हरिः मनसा नादृतः अतः मनः तस्य मृष एव गतिः गतिर अतः तेषां वागपि मृषा एव. So now Brahmaji is bringing the difference. Why they are speaking like that? Because they don't hold Hari in their heart. So that's why there is no Hari in their heart. So they, whatever they speak, that is also is false. Is not truth. So you don't accept them. The logic what he is giving Brahmaji. So to accept his words, what is that logic? Hari is in my heart. Wherever there is Hari, there is truth. Mityavadinam tesham matam mangi krutha iti bhava. That why you should not accept their words. No, mangi krutha. Prabhupada is writing in the purport, gospel truth. The followers of the Vedic wisdom accept the statements of Brahmaji as gospel truth and transcendental knowledge is thus being distributed all over the world by the process of disciplic succession. So that's why we should follow the words of the Brahmaji. There is a difference between the Brahmaji's words and the Mayavadi's words. Mayavadi says that Tripat Vibhuti is temporary and it's a false. And also they say this material energy is material opulence is also due to the jiva's avidya. It is not due to the Lord's energy. And also they don't accept Lord as absolute truth. They accept only Brahman as absolute truth. So now they write the differences between the Mayavadis. What are the opinion? What kind of difference is there between the Mayavadis and what the opinion difference of Mayavadis and the followers of Brahma? What they think and what these people think. You should write point by point. Okay, got the question? Chaitanya Jivan is on the online. Okay.
Yes, bro. I'm writing bro question.
Yeah. This whole universe, the whole population is having the problem of accepting the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Lord. So scientists also having the problem and also Mayavadis. So that's why Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Prabhupada is going to deliver these so-called scientists who are from the West, especially if you see for last 200 years, the science is evolved from the Western brains. So modern science, if you see, from the Europe countries. And so that's why Paschatya Desha Tarine is going to the Western countries and to deliver them and to teach them the reality, that real words of the Brahmaji. That means Brahmaji is saying, my words are truth. Because in my heart, Hari is there. And in their heart, there is no Hari. In the scientist heart, so they are not keeping Hari in their heart. Just they are simply, they are speaking by their whims. Whimsically they are speaking. So that's why those words are false. But you are seeing this simply their creation, fan, refrigerator, AC, and you are getting bewildered by that. Oh, they are creating this and they are giving pleasure. So what is this? And even super intelligent things and super mysterious things Lord is creating by seeing. You should believe. That means whoever is creating these objects, so their brain is created by whom? Their brain is created by the Lord. Their brain is not created by themselves. And why don't you accept the creator of their brains? That's the Prabhupada's point. Oh, whole world, millions of the students, they are every day going to the modern schools and they are just to get educated that there is no God. Only they will be from the day one starting the so-called scientist. This scientist from the Newton, they will start. So Newton is the father for us. And one day he sat under the apple tree and so he got the thought, why this apple is only coming down, not going up? Yeah. And also, Sunya, Nirvisheshavadi. Nirvisheshavadi means this Mayavadis. Brahmaji always correct to the letter. So here in Brahmaji, why we have to? Brahmaji is the most perfect living being. He is saying. That's why these creation chapters are very important. We should carefully study. And those clearly so establishing the existence of this material world is not out of the avidya of the jiva, but it is out of the Lord's energy. In Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji is saying what? Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So that's why he is saying, he is worshipping that Govinda. Lord declares, Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya Pratijanihi, O son of Kunti, please declare it. The Lord asks Arjuna to declare. And why? Because sometimes the declaration of Govinda himself may seem contradictory to Munne. So here, what Brahmaji is saying, so these words, what I said, are true. You take my words, not the Mayavadi's words. He's saying like this. So Prabhupada is saying on this context, Lord also many times, sometimes, so not many times, sometimes he may cross his own words. But if his devotee makes declare something, then he never cause. So that's why in the Bhagavad Gita also says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta panishyati. So he's asking Arjuna, you declare, Arjuna, you declare, my devotee never fall. Apiche suduracharo bhajate bhajanti mam ananya bhav. Sadhureva samantavyaha. So after saying that sloka, that means my devotees never fall down. So he is saying this, and you declare, Arjuna, this, then I will protect that. I will maintain that. So same way here, Brahmaji is declaring. That's why we should take these words as really authority. Marks 5 marks, 5 points they should write. Mayavadis and followers of the Brahma should write 5 points. First, they accept everything is out of Jiva's avidya. All opulences of the Lord are out of Jiva's avidya. But here, so the material opulence is out of the Lord's energy. That's why they are Satyam. But they accept this is out of, that's why it is Mithya. Mayavadis, they say it is a Mithya. Like this. Write the points. So next sloka. Soham samamnaya mayastapomaya prajapati namabhivanditah pati आस्ताय योगम निपुणम समाहितः तम नाद्य गच्छं यत आत्मसंभवः. Jai Gopinath Prabhu. Translation.
Although I am known as the great, although I am known as the great Brahma, perfect in the disciplic succession of Vedic wisdom, and although I have undergone all austerities and am expert in mystic powers and self-realization, and although I am recognized as such by the great forefathers of the living entities who offer me respectful obeisances, still I cannot understand him, the Lord, the very source of my birth.
See what Brahmaji is saying now. Dono, he is just raising two hands, saying, still I cannot understand him. And these Mayavadis and scientists, they are trying to understand him and they are creating their own philosophies. And who is seeing him and who is in direct touch with him, that is Brahmaji, and he is saying, I don't know, and but these people are going to define that. See, that is the problem. In whole world, this knowledge has to be prominent. But now, this knowledge is less than not 1% people knows. And thousands, and that means 99.9999%, they will be accepting the opposite philosophy. So this is the problem in the society. So that's why this mission is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is a missionary thing. It's not just perfecting our own self, but it is a missionary. Chaitanya's mission this is, and this mission's work is spreading this knowledge into a very major way. That's the mood of this Prahlad Maharaj actually. Prahlad Maharaj is also, if you see the purports in the 7th canto, Srila Prabhupada is again and again writing, the Chaitanya's mission is the same as the mission like Prahlad Maharaj. From the day one he started preaching to his friends. He started in his school. So this is the effect of Kali Yuga actually, see. They are not ready to accept actually. Brahmaji is saying here, Nanu, we'll see from the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary, Nanu te vayameva sarva veda shastra tatparyam vidvansaha parameshwara swarupam janimahe iti avimanyante tatha eva anyanapi yuktya bodayanti cha. These Mayavadis, what they say? We know everything. And we know the form of the. So what is the difference between the Mayavadis and followers of the Brahmaji? Followers of the Brahmaji say that we don't know, but followers of the Mayavadi, we know everything. We know everything. And we define what is absolute truth. That is Nirguna Nirvishesha Chinmatra Satta. We know all the Upanishads. We know all the Vedas. We know all the Vedanta Sutras. And we are going to define absolute truth. And that is their stand. You should add actually differences between Mayavadis and followers of Brahmaji. But Brahmaji, what he is saying? We don't know. Brahma is saying, Soham Purvoktas Same. He's saying in this sloka how it is. Soham. That me. That me means, that means in the previous sloka, what is said. That means the person who is described in the previous sloka, that person is me. In the previous sloka, what is said about the Brahmaji? Brahmaji is saying that, so Manasa, so Name Hrushikani Patantyataha. That means my senses never fall down. That means I will not come into the, my senses are not imperfect and I will not do mistakes due to these senses. Name Kochit me Manaso Mrushagatihi. My mind never goes to wrong direction. And my words are not wrong. And that kind of Brahmaji is saying here in this second sloka. And that kind of me doesn't know. That kind of me doesn't know. And but these people, Mayavadis, they are completely reverse to this. Their senses are not perfect. Their mind is always goes to the wrong direction. They always speak lies. And they are saying that we know the absolute truth. And that is Nirgun Nirvishesh Janmatra Sat. So that is the difference between the devotees and non-devotees. So Brahmaji is saying, Soham Samam Nayam Samam Nayamayaha Tapomayaha Prajapatinam Abhivanditaha Patihi Asthaya Yogam Nipunam Samahitam Nadhigacham. That means, so what kind of me? I am the source of these Vedas, because all the 4 Vedas are coming from the 4 mouths of the Brahmaji. And that's why Brahmaji is saying, I am the cause for the appearing these Vedas, and I am, that means, so all these great Prajapatis, the great personalities of this universe, they also pay obeisances to me, and I am expert in the tapas, I am expert in the yoga, and that kind of me, and I never speak any lies, and my mind never goes to the here and there in a false way, and my senses are not imperfect, and that kind of me doesn't know him. That is your Vakya. Okay, give your Vakya. Okay. Okay. So Brahma, but these people, what they say? These Mayavadis, we read all the Vedas and we concluded absolute truth is Nirgun Nirvishesh Janmatra Sat. And Brahmaji is the cause for the appearing of Vedas. They are coming from his mouth and he is saying, I don't know. Gokulanand Prabhu, see, this is the difference. Pradhamamnayaha mamayva mukebhyaha nisrutaha yesham artham anyete adhyapi jig. So that means they are coming from my mouth, these Vedas, and all others, they are trying to know what is the meaning of those. So Narada, so that's why don't believe their words. Don't go to that party. Be with me. Tapomayaha. Tapomayaha. Here. Tapomaya. Narada, Brahmaji saying himself as Tapomayaha. I did tapasya. When he did tapasya, when he appeared, so Lord said to him, he is trying to search what is the purpose of his, just thinking himself why he was created. What is his role? So you'll be seeing in the 2nd canto, 9th chapter, this whole story. So then at that time, he heard 2 letters in the sparshas. Kadayo mavasanaha sparshaha. From ka to ma. These are known as sparshaha. Letters from ka to ma are known as Sparshaha in that 16th and Ekavimshati, 21st. 16th letter and 21st letter is what? Kaka gaganya, kaka gaganga, chacha jajanya, tata dadana, tata dadana, papa baba ma. So what is the 16th letter? Gokulan bro, you wrote the exam? You didn't write? You didn't write. You didn't write the Vyakaran exam? Varna Vichar? So what is the 16th letter? 16th letter in the Katuma, if you total 25. In that 16th one is what? Ta. And 21st? Pa. Tapa. So Tapa. This word actually, this thing he heard Brahmaji. Then immediately Brahmaji did tapasya. That's why he's saying Tapo Mayaha. And that is his wealth. Tapasya is the Brahmaji's wealth. So that means I am the first person who did tapasya in this universe, and such a person, I don't know the opulences of the Supreme Lord. And I am the person who, from where these all Vedas are coming. So I don't know all the opulences of Supreme Lord. And what else is saying? And I am, that means worshipped, or I am paid obeisances by all the Prajapatis. And tatha yogeshwaramapi mama nasti iti navaktam. And also you, hey, Narada, you don't think, you don't underestimate me. And I am also having yoga shaktis, yogeshwara. Yogam nipunam. I am the expert in the yoga. If any rickshawala says that I don't know Lord, it's okay. If any layman says I don't know the opulence of Supreme Lord, it's okay. Yes, he is an ignorant person. But here what Brahmaji is saying, Brahmaji is not glorifying himself. This is not the mood of the Brahmaji. Why Brahmaji is saying, I am such and so person, but even I am not able to know, means Lord is so great. That is the intention actually. It's not that he is self-glorification is doing, no. So he is trying to get the faith in the people on Supreme Lord. Otherwise, so see, scientists didn't create you and me. We are all coming from the Brahmaji. And that Brahmaji is saying, so whom you will believe? You will believe Brahmaji, or you will follow a scientist? This is a problem actually, society. So much false propaganda, millions of the advertisements, thousands of the data, thousands of GBs of data is used to just bombard the consciousness of the people, so there is no God, and just to bring them towards the materialism. So trillions and trillions of the GB, and we don't have the one TV also data to bombard their consciousness with the spirituality. That is a problem. If you bring all the hard disks from the whole world, and if you compare the data which is establishing the Lord and which is going against to that, you cannot compare at all. It's a peak actually. It's a peak time for the atheism. What Brahmaji will be thinking by seeing us sitting in his planet. So tatha yogeshwaratvamopi namanasti iti na vaktavyam. Samahita ekagrikrita chittah api tam bhagavantam nadyagacham. So and also he is saying ekagrita chittam, that means my mind is completely focused. That means I am perfect in all the ways, but still I don't know. I don't know the opulences of all the opulences of Supreme Lord. I don't know. Lord means what do you mean? He doesn't know all the opulences of the Supreme. Why I am not able to know? Even I am having this kind of qualifications, because Atma Sambhavaha. He is giving the Yataha Atma Sambhavaha. Why Brahmaji is not able to know all the opulences of Lord? Question. Why? Vipin Prabhu, you are feeling headache? Or what happened? Didn't sleep night time?
No projects. Something I don't know exactly.
Okay. You have headaches, still you came to the class. Good. Our on-site students, they look for the reason to put absent. Question? Reason. Atma Sambhavaha. Chaitanya Jivan, write the answer also. Atma Sambhavaha means Atmanaha Mama Sambhavaha Sushtihi Idya. Because he is the creator of me. So that's why I don't know. Hanta. So, oh Narada, what should I do? What should I say? Hanta. Mat srushta anye vignam anyaha. So tam khatam janiyeyuhu. So then even I don't know who is the creator of me, and creator of the creator. How to know that? How they can know? They are saying Bhagavatvam is due to Maya. How they can know? Even I don't know the creator of me. That means who is that? That is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And creator of that is what? Is the Karanano Sai Vishnu. And creator of that is what? Is the Sankarshan. And who is the creator of that? That is the Narayan. And who is the creator of that? That is the Mahasankarshan. Who is the creator of that? Balaram. Who is the creator of that? Bhagavan. And do they know about that Bhagavan's Bhagavatvam? Even I am having such a qualification, I don't know my creator, and they are trying to define creator of the 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 creator. So see, what is this nonsense they are speaking? Krishna, Balaram, Mahasankarshan, Narayana, Nakshasankarshan, Karna Mahavishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Brahmaji. This is the flow. And they are trying to know that. And they are trying to define Bhagavatvam is Tatassa Lakshanam, means that is also out of Maya. Andhaha eva ete, that means they are simply blind people. Brahmaji is saying, these Mayavadis they are blind. They are not having any vision. This is also difference between Mayavadis and Brahma. You should write all these points. Next, so we'll see the purport. Now in the purport, Prabhupada is also with full josh he's writing. big purports. Huh? Hanta means, oh, alas. how they can know the creator of 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 the creator? 7 times you should go. Actually, these chapters are very interesting and very, yeah, devotional. Yes or no? Not devotional? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So here he is saying Brahma, the greatest of all living creatures within the universe, is admitting his failure to know the Supreme Lord despite his vast learning in the Vedic wisdom, despite his austerity, penance, mystic powers, and self-realization, and despite being worshipped by the great Pajapatis. So one line, it's a translation actually. This is the translation. This is the translation of the verse. Vedic wisdom, austerity, penance, everything he's having. So that means so Prabhupada is writing is giving commentary on this. These qualifications are not sufficient to know the Supreme Lord. Then what is? Brahmaji could understand the Lord to a little extent only when he was trying to serve him by the eagerness of his heart. Hridaya utkantya vata. That means when Brahmaji is that means in the serving the Lord in his heart, so then he is able to know, and how much? Very little portion. So that's why he's saying, I don't know all the opulence of the Lord. Don't know means here what? Completely knowing. That is the point actually. Brahmaji doesn't know Lord means no. That means he knows, but he doesn't know the complete opulences. That is the point. The same thing you will be seeing in the 10th canto also in the prayers, Brahmaji prayers. He is saying, all your opulences, I don't know, my Lord. So Prabhupada is saying in this Bhagavad Gita 18:54-55, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasochati Nakanksati Samas Sarva Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. So here Krishna is saying, anyone can know me by the bhakti. Here no means everything they knows. No. Yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato gnatva vishate tad anantaram. So vishate, here Prabhupada is striking the word vishate. Here we should not think that they are entering into the Lord means it's not the Brahman realization, but it is vishate means vishate by devotion. So this vishate by devotion means to be able to participate in the association of the Lord in person. That is the line, I think it is in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16th line in that paragraph. Down to that sloka, 16th line, if you go and see, vishate by devotion. So next paragraph, if you see, Brahmaji is the first living being who directly learned the Vedic wisdom from the Lord. Tene Brahma Hruda Adikavaye. Adikavi, who is that Adikavi? That is Brahma. And in his heart, Brahma is revealed. What is that Brahma? Brahma means Vedas. So revealed in the heart by the Lord. And he is saying, I don't know his, yeah. And the so-called Vedantists, they say, Lord is, yeah. So therefore, who can be more learned, Vedantist than the Lord Brahma? Prabhupada is putting question. So these so-called Vedantists, they are better than the Brahma? The so-called Vedantists therefore cannot enter into the existence of the Lord without being trained in the matter of Bhakti Vedanta or Vedanta plus Bhakti. This is just Vedanta is not sufficient to know the Lord. So Brahmaji is also saying, just by I am the source for the Vedas to appear in this material world, but I don't know him. By the devotion, one can know little. That means Prabhupada is saying, just by simple so-called Vedanta, one can know. By the Bhakti Vedanta, one can know. That's why Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Vedanta plus Bhakti. Vedanta means self-realization and Bhakti means realization of the personality of the Godhead. So this is also proved previously. Vedanta is not sufficient to know the Lord. So what is that proof? Vasudev. Our dear Vasudev wrote the comment sutras, compiled the Vedanta sutras. After that also he didn't become happy. He didn't become happy. His heart is not pleased because Vedanta is not sufficient to know the Lord, to realize the Lord. But who is, but Narada Muni, if you see, he is the compiler of Narada Bhakti Sutras. Compiler of Vedanta Sutras didn't get the pleasure, didn't get the feel of the Lord. Didn't satisfied. His heart is not satisfied. Despondency. His heart was not satisfied by the Vedantic studies. But Narada was very much satisfied by the compiling Bhakti. Narada Bhakti Sutras. Vedanta Sutras, Bhakti Sutras. So that's why Bhakti Vedanta, one should become Bhakti Vedanta, not the simple so-called Vedanta, Vedanti. Huh? Srila Vasudeva therefore was not satisfied simply with compiling the Vedanta Sutras, but over and above this, by the advice of his spiritual master Narada, he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam in order to understand the real import of Vedanta. So Srimad Bhagavatam therefore is the absolute medium by which to understand the absolute truth. Simple, Prabhupada in one shot. Just by studying Vedanta Sutras, so one cannot know the Supreme Lord. So by writing the Srimad Bhagavatam, Vasudeva also became satisfied. That's why one should know absolute truth through the Srimad Bhagavatam. Next sloka. Natosmyaham tatcharanam samiyusham bhavachidam swastyayanam sumangalam yo hyatma maya vibhavam sma paryaga yatha nabhaswantamatha pare kuta. Karuna Singh Prabhu, translation.
Therefore, it is best for me to surrender unto his feet, which alone can deliver one from the miseries of repeated birth and death. Such surrender is all auspicious and allows one to perceive all happiness. Even the sky cannot estimate the limits of its own expansion. So, what can others do when the Lord Himself is unable to estimate His own limits?
Yeah. Natosmyaham tatcharanam. I will pay my obeisances to unto his lotus feet. Nataha asmi. Aham. Brahmaji is saying in this sloka. Therefore, it is best for me to surrender unto his feet. Because he cannot, he don't know, no? He doesn't know. Samiyusham bhavachidam. So that lotus feet is like that, is like what? Bhavachidam. It will cut the bhava, bhavasagar. Bhava means material, samsara. So repeated birth and death. Bhavachidam. Swastyayanam sumangalam. That's lotus feet is sumangalam. It's all auspicious. Yah hi atmamaya vibhavam sma paryagat. Yatha nabahas swantham atha parekuta. Even that Lord doesn't know his own opulences. When the Lord himself is unable to estimate his own limits. So example is given like the sky. Sky is not able to know its limits. Okay, this is the meaning of this sloka. Now we'll come to the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary. Aho arvachinaha varakaha bhagavat tattvam vayam brumehe iti pralapanti. Yataha bhagavan api swayam स्वतत्वं वेत्तुं न प्रभवति इति भक्तिद्वेकेण tam pranamati. So Brahmaji is saying, Narad, these so-called abhi recent people, Arvachinaha means bachcha hai, abhi naya bachche. This so-called, that means kids. These kids, these Mayavadis, they are kids. So they say that Bhagavat Tattvam Vayam Brumahe. Varakaha, that means insignificant people, these. They say Bhagavat Tattvam Vayam Brumahe. They say what they say? Iti Vayam Brumahe iti pralapanti. They simply speak nonsense that we can describe the opulences of the Lord. We can describe the Bhagavan. So Brahma is saying these new people, these kids, Mayavadis, they simply speak nonsense that they know Lord and they can speak about the Lord. But it simply is a nonsense, because Bhagavan api swayam swatatvam vettum na prabhavati. Even Lord himself doesn't know his own limits. Such a powerful Lord. And such a powerful Lord. That's why both are establishing his unlimitedness. Lord is not different from his opulences. Varaka means simple, insignificant. Varaka means is insignificant. So Brahmaji is saying, so like this. So these people simply speak nonsense, and because Lord himself doesn't know his own limits of his power, and like saying like this, so Brahmaji is just bowing down to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Samiyusham saranam gatanam bhaktanam bhavachidam. So that lotus feet, what it will do? It will cut down the samsara. For whom? Samiyusham. That means whoever is going to surrender to his lotus feet. For them, this Lord is going to cut down their samsara. Samsara dukkha chedakam. And also swastyayanam. So by bowing down to the Lord's lotus feet, two things will get. One is the samsara. So samsara is cut down, and another is one will get the prema. Swastyayanam means swaprema sukadayakam. That means so that bhakti, by surrendering to the Lord, one will get the swastyayanam means prema. Sumangalam sustumangalam yasmat tam manyeshamapi. So that's why it is this Lord's lotus feet is sumangalam. It is all auspicious. That's why, my dear Narad, karmi, gnani, yogi, everyone should do bhakti. Sumangalam means it is auspicious to everyone. Karmi, gnani, everyone should do the bhakti. What is that? Tad bhaktim mitratvam bhakti mitratvam vina bhakti mitratvam vina mangalya abhavaditi bhav. That means this is indication to others also. If they don't accept the bhakti and there is no auspiciousness, since bhakti is sumangala, so if anyone is not accepting, for them there is no auspiciousness. Bhakti mishrattam. Acha. So that means karma, gnana, yoga also should be mixed with the bhakti. Otherwise, simple karma, if they do, there is no auspiciousness. That's why Naishkarimim apyachyuta bhava varjitam is said. Na sobhate gnana malam niranjanam. Without achyuta bhava, no gnana, no karma is going to give any result. Yohi atma maya vibhavam swayogam sogayoga maya vistaram swayamapi paryagat. So that means atma maya vibhavam. That means the Lord doesn't know his own potencies limits. He doesn't know the limits of his own potencies. Paryagat means paryagat. Pari means nishede. That means etavaniti na gnatavan ityardaha. That means Lord doesn't know these are the this is the amount of my powers. This is the amount. Etavan, then this much is the my power. So like this he doesn't know. He knows his powers, but this is the limit. Like that he doesn't know. Apare asmadadayaha kutah janiyuhu. Then he's saying finally, if Lord doesn't know the limits of his own power, then we are others and other people we people, how we can come to know? So we are not going to know. Nanu sarvagnaha katam na janati antarbhavad iti. So then Purupakshi is putting a question. Sarvagnaha. So we say so many. That means he is Sarvagna, Vyasdev is Sarvagnaha, and Brahma is Sarvagnaha. Sarvagnaha means knower of everything. Then how this word is justified? The meaning of this word is justified. Then he is giving an example then. What is that? Yatha swasya antam nabaha kartuhu napnoti tadvat. Like example is given. Like the sky, nabaha, sky. Sky is not knowing itself, is not able to cover his own boundaries. Sky can cover his own limits? No. So like this. Nahi kha pushpa adharshanam sarvagnatvam nihanti iti bhavaha. That means the meaning is like this. If someone is not knowing the sky flower, this will not destroy the sarvagnatvam. Not understanding? There is a flower in the sky. Who saw? Raise the hands. If people didn't see. Acha. There is a sky. There is flower in the sky. So, but you didn't see the flower in the sky. That's why you are not Sarvagna. Can you say? No, no. Vasudev didn't see the flower in the sky. Or the Brahmaji didn't see the flower in the sky. So that's why they are not Sarvagna. Can you say? No. Similarly, so someone doesn't know the limits of the Lord, it doesn't mean that he is not Sarvagna. So knowing the limits of the Lord is nothing but knowing the flower in the sky. That's impossible. Nobody can know the flower in the sky, kapushpaha, because that is impossible. So that means which is impossible, and if you don't know that impossible thing, that will not defeat Sarvagnatvam. That's the point here. So that, and also Khargoshka sing, horns of the rabbit. So someone doesn't know this, doesn't see and doesn't have the knowledge. How the horns of the rabbit are made, what material is used, and what is the quality, how much length they are, what is the shape. If you don't know these, so you cannot say that he is not Sarvagna. If he doesn't know that, that means you cannot say that he is not Sarvagna, because that is impossible. So similarly, knowing the limits of the Lord's opulences is also impossible. So that will not defeat the Sarvagnatvam. Question we should make on this. It's interesting. It is not there. I said my one. It comes in another place. Khargosh Shashashrungavattam. Shashashrungaha. So write a question. So 1 mark question. What is that? So not knowing the limits of the Lord's opulences cannot defeat Sarvagnatvam. Justify this with the example. Not knowing the limits of the Lord's opulence cannot defeat the Sarvagnatvam. You know the answer of this? And yeah, you can write immediately. That will be nice. Otherwise, you'll forget. After 2 days, it came in which chapter? After 4 days, is read. And after 10 days, this is the first time I'm hearing. Then after the 6 months, it's nothing actually. 0. So at least if it is there in your book, if you write, and some other time if you open, oh, this is the logic, oh, this is the thing. Maybe it may help you. That's why I'm trying to, at least for the sake of exam, because we are all fruitive mentality is there in everyone's, because we are not Anyavilashta Sunyam actually. Because the tendencies are there. It's not the completely, I know, maybe from some jivas, they are purified souls, but most of the times students, so yeah, so psychology is like that. So that's why fruitive mentality is. Then how to engage that fruitive mentality in the devotional service is that this is the way. You tell them this is the question, in exam it will come, then they will take very seriously and they will read it. Wake up. Otherwise, very difficult. In the Kali Yuga, it's very difficult. Attentively hearing and grasping and retaining that. It's very difficult, actually. It's very difficult. If there is no teaching, even I don't study. I am also like jada, inert. By some fortunate, somehow Lord's mercy, and I got opportunity of teaching, so I am also able to study and teach. Otherwise, yes, will become simply not self-motivated. Ahituki apratihata. So that will not come easily, actually. Very, very. We want hetu, sahituki. We do sahituki bhakti. Sahituki. Yeah. Slowly we should come out from this. It will take time. It's yes. Nothing is artificial. Slowly it will develop. Okay, come to the purport. So we are going a bit slow. Raise our speed. And young man. So see in the purport, a young man consults his experienced father about discharging his duties. So the father is. So see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8th line of this in the purport. So a young man consults his experienced father about discharging his duties. So the father is naturally a good advisor. But Lord Brahma is the father of all fathers. He is the father of. So the father of the Manu, who is the father of mankind all over the universal planets. So that's why we should go to Brahmaji's teachings. We should learn because father will give the good advice. Our Pitamaha is the Brahmaji, Prapita. Yeah. So therefore, the men of this insignificant planet should kindly accept the instructions of Brahmaji. If you don't follow your father's instruction, then you will not get any benefit. You will not get any daya bhag. Yes or no? Similarly, if you don't follow your father's instruction, that is Brahmaji, then you don't get any happiness. You will be rejected. And you will not get any his opulence, inherence. That's a point that is happening in the society. So next, from the down in this big paragraph, but I made some points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So from down in this paragraph only, 12th. One scientific man who had no belief in God was very much enthusiastic in making plans for his material existence and therefore opened a hospital to save the living. But after opening the hospital, he himself died within 6 months. Who is that man? I don't know. Prabhupada is writing. Who is that? Anyone know? One scientific man tried to save his life and he opened a hospital, and after opening hospital, within 6 months he left. So that is this materially we are always trying to save our life. We are trying to live forever. So but all our plans are failing. We are not following the instructions of our Father. Rather, one should simply surrender unto the feet of the Lord to make a solution to all miseries of life. This is the main point. So from the down in the same paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rather, one should simply, I am following this book, hard copy. You or maybe I don't know which copy you are following. Lines may be different in that. So next, in all, from the next paragraph, third line. So our second line, in all authorized scriptures will be forced to surrender unto the laws of, Srimad, no. Anyone denying this surrendering process as recommended both in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and for that matter, in all authorized scriptures will be forced to surrender unto the laws of material. Either you surrender to the Bhagavan Lord, or otherwise you to surrender to the laws of material nature. Next, come to the next paragraph. Therefore, liberty, happiness, and all good fortune can be attained only by surrendering unto the Lord. because he is full liberty. So bhakti is only the highest liberation. So by doing bhakti, example Narada is saying in the first canto, in the 6th chapter, what he is saying, full freedom means what? Bhakti. If you have bhakti, you are just allowed to travel in any corner of this universe, outside, inside, everywhere. But if you are having the karma, then you are restricted to go to some other specific places. You did so much sinful, you are not allowed to go to the Swarga, but you will be sent to the Maharaurava, Kumbhipakam, Krimibhojanam, all these places. That spiritual happiness is so great that it cannot be measured even by the Lord himself, not to speak others. Come to the next, in the same paragraph, in the last line, the spiritual happiness is so great that it cannot be measured even by the Lord himself, not to speak of others. This point, main point of. Okay. Next, naham na yoyam yadrutam gatim vidur. Navamadeva kimuta pare sura. Tanmayaya mohita buddhi astvidam. Vinirmitam chatma samam vichakshmehe. Translation: since neither Lord Shiva nor you nor I could ascertain the limits of spiritual happiness, how can other demigods know it? And because all of us are bewildered by the illusory external energy of the Supreme Lord, we can see only this manifested cosmos according to our individual ability. What Brahmaji is saying, myself, yourself, Shiva, nobody knows the limits of the spiritual opulence, and what to speak of the demigods. And we all know only some portion of the material opulence, that is also limited. Even we don't know the complete material opulence also of the Lord. Example is Brahmaji himself, he was thinking he is only the Brahma. But in the Brahma Vimohan Lila, after that, when everything appeared, so many thousands and thousands of Brahmajis appeared, then he understood, my God, these many Brahmandas are there. That means his understanding on material opulence also is not complete. Then what to speak of the knowing the complete spiritual opulence? It's impossible. Gokulan Prabhu struggling, fighting. Okay, no problem. What happened to this? So now in this sloka, Brahmaji is with humility. He is saying these two slokas, this one and the next one sloka. Not out of pride or not out of insulting others. So Rudra doesn't know, you don't know. It's not out of any pride or any, no. With humility only he is saying. Vamadevaha, in this sloka, Vamadevaha is there. Vamadeva, who is that Vamadeva? Vamadeva is the Rudraha. Vamadeva is Rudraha, Shiva. Beautiful Deva. Vama means beautiful. Yeah, Lord Shiva is so beautiful. As Vamana Deva, that is. So they don't know the Tripad, Ekapad, Vibhutim, na Viduhu. That means they don't know the this opulence. Okay, nothing more. Okay, next purport. In this, come to the 1 to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th. Bhagavad Gita 7.13. Tribhir gunamayir bhavair ebihi sarvam idam jagat. Every entity, beginning from Brahma down to ant, is individually bewildered by the three modes. So that is a supporting, or not supporting, it's the same thing is said in the Bhagavad Gita. Nobody is needed for the Bhagavatam to support. We are not using any sloka to support Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam will support everyone. He's a king, he's emperor. Next, after that, if you come to the 4 lines down, even Brahma himself was once bewildered, thinking himself the only Brahma favored by the Lord. But later on, by grace of the Lord, he came to know that there are innumerable more powerful Brahmas as well in far bigger universe beyond this universe, and all of those universes combined together from Ekapad Vibhuti are 1/4 of the manifestation of the Lord's creative energy. So this, you should understand that Brahmaji was also bewildered actually. He was also not knowing clearly the material opulence of the Lord, and he was thinking, what, this is a cowherd boy? He is also part of my creation. He is the Bhagavan. So I don't accept this. Let me test. Let me apply my Maya on him, and I will check his abilities, how much he will be bewildered. Now I will play with him. I will take Maja. Then after that he gives Saja to him. Not Saja, just he was thinking, who is this guy actually? Came here and simply disturbing my sweet pastimes. I want to play with my friends and he is disturbing me. And when he was glorifying, just is standing and seeing. So he is glorifying and the Lord is thinking, what is this? Who is this? And he's speaking so much. Lord is in the full mood of playing with his friends. Let him go. You finish your prayers quickly and go. I don't mind. That's why he didn't reply also. When in the 10th canto chapter. So much glorification Brahmaji did. More than 50 slokas. Whole chapter, 56 slokas almost. And Lord didn't reply even a single word. And he himself left. But if you see before that, so many places glorification, Lord always replying to everyone. Dhruva Maharaj, whomever actually, if you see many places, even Karadam Muni, 3rd canto, 4th canto, Dhruva Maharaj, everywhere you'll be seeing. Is so nicely is reciprocating. But in the case of Brahmaji, even he didn't speak also. That's why Vishwanath was saying, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Lord is not interested with this Brahmaji's activity. Let him go out. So next, 38 sloka. Yasyavatara karmani gayanti yasmadadayaha nayam vidanti tatvena tasmai bhagavate namaha. Saranakanti Prabhu.
Yes. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose incarnations and activities are chanted by us for glorification. Though he
can hardly be fully known as he is.
Now he is offering obeisances in this sloka and in the next sloka. What is saying? Bhagavate Namaha, Tasmai Bhagavate Namaha. So we all chant his glories. And to that Bhagavan, so we pay, we tat kirtanadi bhaktistu tat swarupa ajnanepi sambhavati iti darshana. So this sloka why is coming? So till now Brahmaji is saying nobody knows the opulences of the Supreme Lord, even material opulences. Ekapad Vibhuti also doesn't know. Then even if you don't know the Swarupa of the Lord, but you can do one thing. What is that one thing? You can chant and hear his glories. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That much you can do. If you don't know, don't worry. But what you can do? Yasya avatarani gayanti asmadade. So Brahma is saying, we don't know, but what we do? We sing his glories. Nayam vindhanti tatvan, but we don't know him in completely. That much we can. That's why we should do chanting of the Lord. And we sing and you hear. Narada, he's saying to the Narada. That's a Shavanam Kirtanam. This we can do. If we don't know, then what should we do? This we should do. Prabhupada is writing in the purport, cannot possibly be perceived by the gross materialistic senses. Time लगेगा? 2 minutes break. And we'll go for another 45 minutes. But 15 minutes I came late. I already told that 15 minutes I will get. Another. They are able to hear? Achha. Yeah. So online students, you are able to hear me? Even did you miss anything in last few minutes? Jai Gopinath Prabhu? 5 minutes you missed, huh?
Yes, we were just looking only the Zoom. You were not there. You were dropped from the Zoom.
Acha, something. Atmana, Atmana, Atma, Atmani, Atmana, Atmano. This explanation heard?
No.
No. Acha. It is this explanation. Atma means Lord is the doer. Atmani means in location. That means Lord is only the location. Atmana means by Lord himself. Lord is the instrument. Atmana means Lord himself is becoming as creation. So Lord is doing the creation. So creation activity is happening. So Lord is doing the material creation. So for that material creation, who is the Karta? Lord is the Karta, Atma. And where he is creating? In him only, Atmani. By what he is creating? Atmana, by himself. And what is that? That means, so creating that universe is nothing but what? He himself. Atmanam, Atmanam. That means he himself, he is upadana karanam for the creation also. Okay. 2 minutes is over. I gave 2 minutes break for the on-site students and it's over. Okay, I'll go. So now come to this purport in this. Lord is Purusha, so that's why Prabhupada is trying to defeat the impersonal conception. The impersonal conception of the absolute truth is also a form of the Lord called Avyaktamurti. So the impersonal and personal conceptions of the Lord are existing simultaneously. So see, in this purport, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th line, and down that sloka, if you go to the 11th line, what is said? The impersonal and personal conceptions of the Lord are existing simultaneously, and this fact is clearly described both in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and also in other Vedic scriptures. So that means Lord is also Savishesha and Lord is Nirvishesha. Both features are there. So Savishesha form and Nirvishesha form, both forms are there, Lord. That means he can appear, he can be manifesting into the devotee's heart or to the devotees in the form of Nirvishesha. That means Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desa Tarini means, what do you mean by the Nirvishesha there? Nirvishesha means whoever is, we want to preach to the Prabhupada is want to delivering the Brahmavadis and also Mayavadis. Okay, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Tarine. Nirvishesha Vada is accepted by whom? That means who are seeing the absolute truth as Nirvishesha? Brahmavadis also, and also impersonalists. But who are wrong? So Brahmavadis are right, but they are not complete. But the Mayavadis are wrong actually. They are offenders of the Lord. Advaitavadi or Mayavadi, they are offenders, but Brahmavadis are not offenders. They see the supreme truth as Nirvishesha, but Prabhupada wants to deliver them also. He wants to bring them to also bhakti, like Sukadeva Goswami was brought into bhakti by the Srila Vasudev. So Sukadeva Goswami is not an offender of the Lord. He is a Brahmavadi. And but the other Sankara followers, they are all so Mayavadis. They don't accept the form of the Lord, and they are also delivered by the Prabhupada. Both. That's why Mayavada Paschatya Destarine he didn't keep. By keeping the Nirvisheshavada, automatically both are coming. Not just only Mayavadis. Mayavada, Sunyavadi, Paschatya Destarine. So Lord is also impersonally manifesting and personal also. He is also person. So which is difficult to get? Which realization is difficult to get? Who is going to say this? Lord is manifesting impersonal form also, is also having the form. Hare Krishna, yes, Vipin Gurandhar Prabhu, you are the host. It's okay. That's it. Make me co-host. Because here some problem came actually. So that's why that device is not working. So I personally logged in through my laptop. And I don't have camera in my laptop, so that's why you are not able to see me. So we can have we can go further. Okay, so am I audible? Yes? No? Shake your heads, yes or no? Yes? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, okay, what I am saying, so there are the two ways of the manifestation, two kinds of the manifestation. One is the personal form of the manifestation, and another is impersonal form. So, out of this, knowing the Lord personally, that means knowing the Lord's all the personal qualities is impossible actually. That's why the 14th 10th canto 14th chapter. So we are seeing the same thing. Done. So he has done same. There also we are seeing the same thing. So we are seeing there. So Brahmaji is saying, Tathapi Bhuman. So what is that sloka number? Sloka number 10th canto 14th chapter. You became back host? Yeah, okay, you became host. Okay. Okay, now, so Brahmaji. Tatapi Bhuman Mahima Gunasate Vibhoddumarhati. Vibhoddumarhati, he's saying. Kim, what that means it is possible to know. What is possible to know? Mahima Agunasya. That means your Aguna means impersonal form. Mahima means glory. That means your glory of the impersonal form is it can be known. But he is saying before to that, so Neshe Mahi tu avasitum manasa. If you see the second sloka, 10th canto 14th chapter, I am discussing in that chapter. Second sloka, if you see, he is saying the Neshe, that means Neshe Mahima. So I am not able to know your glory. That means Lord is having the infinite, unlimited glories. As a person is having the unlimited glories. So knowing all those is impossible. Why? Whenever Lord appear into this material universe, so he is always trying to attract every living entity, and every living entity is having the different natures. So accordingly, he is manifesting his qualities and his glories, and that means there are unlimited jivas are there with unlimited natures. So that's why unlimited jivas natures, to satisfy that, he is also exhibiting the unlimited qualities, and knowing those qualities is impossible to the anyone. So that's why what is impossible, knowing Lord's personal all the qualities of the personal form is impossible, but knowing the Lord as impersonal Brahman is possible. This is the point. But impersonal realization, impersonal, to realize Lord as impersonal form, the path is difficult. The path is difficult. But knowing the Lord as a person, the process, whatever you follow, that process is easy. Understand? In the Bhagavad Gita, what is said? Kleshodiktarastesham. So that means for those, it is a very difficult. For whom, whoever trying to know the Lord as impersonal. So for them, that process is difficult. It gives so much pain. But if you want to know Lord as a person, so you should do the bhakti, which is susukam kartum avyayam, which is very blissful and very joyful, easy. But knowing the Lord's all the features is impossible. But knowing the Lord as Nirguna Brahman is possible. This is the difference actually. You should remember all. You should not get confused. Don't mix here and there. So 3 o'clock now, 15 minutes late I started. So I'll go to 3:15, and after 15 minutes I am begging from all of you. 3:30. We'll leave class at 3:30 mostly. Okay, no problem. See in this same, there is a Sarvabhutani Kaunteya. About that, there 3 lines are there. In that, what is said? The spiritual sky is an expansion of his personal race, and he is the Mahatattva cloud also. He lies down and generates the universes by his breathing, and again, by entering into each universe as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, he creates Brahma, Shiva, and many other demigods for maintenance of the universe, and again absorbs the whole thing into his person as confirmed by the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvabhutani. So here that we were discussing in the first canto, 3rd chapter. Who is the bija for all the avatars? That is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Is said here. See, by entering into each universe, Karanano Sai Vishnu is entering into each universe. Mahavishnu is entering into each universe as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. He creates Brahma, Shiva, and also Vishnu, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, and many other demigods for maintenance. So that's why this is a bija. This is the point. Next, 40, 41. Vishuddham kevalam gnanam pratyak samyagavastitam satyam purnamanadyantam nirgunam nityamadvayam rishe vindanti munaya prashantatmendriyashayah yada tadeva sattarkais tirodhiyeta viplutam. I will read the translation. The personality of Godhead is pure, being free from all contaminations of material tinges. He is the absolute truth and the embodiment of full and perfect knowledge. He is all-pervading, without beginning or end, and without rival. O Narada, O great sage, the great thinkers can know him when completely freed from all material hankerings and when sheltered under undisturbed conditions of senses. Otherwise, by untenable arguments, all is distorted and the Lord disappears from our sight. So here, 40 and 41. Same story is going on. You see, whatever said now, the last point. See the sloka number 38. In sloka number 38, what we are learning? What is said in the sloka number 38? Nayam vindanti, na vindanti. That means vindanti means what? What is the meaning of vindanti? No, knowing, jana. So that means na vindanti means doesn't know. So what they doesn't know? They doesn't know the Lord's personal features. Tasya karmani, avatara karmani. That means Lord is having the unlimited pastimes. So knowing all those is impossible actually. So that means personal features of the Lord cannot be known, is said in the 30th sloka. Now, so Purvapakshi is asking, okay, you people always see Lord in the person, okay, you people don't know his all glories. But what about Narada can ask this question actually. So Narada asks, so you are follower of the you are all worshipper of the personal form of the Lord, so you don't know all the features of the Lord. So but some others are there, they worship the Lord in the form of the nirguna form, so with impersonal form. So they know or not about that impersonal form, they are knowing Lord in the form of impersonal. So they know or not that? Then Brahma is saying they know him. That's why what he said, Rishe, Rishe means, oh Narada, Vindanti Munayaha. That means what? Whatever is said in the 14th canto, same thing is repeated here. Sorry, 10th canto, 14th chapter, whatever is said, that same thing. Knowing the Lord's features is impossible, all the features. But knowing the Lord in the impersonal form is possible. That's a Vishuddham Kevalam Gnanam Pratyag Samyak Avasitam. These are all what? These are all Visheshnas for the Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahman. Yes or no? Satyam Purnam Anadi Anantam Nirgunam Nityam Advayam. These are all Visheshnas of Nirguna Brahman. And Munayaha Vindanti. That means Munis know this. That means knowing nirguna form of the Lord is possible, but knowing all the features of the personal form are impossible. That's the point. This is the main point. We should make a question on this. So, how to make? So, what is possible and what is not impossible in the case of personal and impersonal form of the Lord? What is possible and what is not possible in the case of personal and impersonal forms of Lord? And give the references. Give the references. At least 2 for each. Yes, 2. 2 for personal. That means you should say 1 from the second canto and 1 from the 10th canto. For the personal, and also 1 from the second canto for the impersonal, and 1 for the 10th canto. Okay. I already said, that's why. 10th canto, 14th chapter. Second sloka is for the saying Lord's personal form is, personal features cannot be known, is saying in which sloka? 10-14, 2. And impersonal form can be known is said in which sloka? 10-14. Who is going to tell? 10-14. 6. 10-14, 6. Huh? Okay. Huh? Marks. 5 marks. So come to the purport. So here Vishuddham, Kevalam, Gnanam, all these are the Visheshnas for the Nirguna Brahman. These are all, if you want to know, Srila Jiva Goswami is giving the references for each. So first Vishuddham he is taking. What is the Shruti statement is saying? Brahman is Vishuddham. What is the Shruti statement saying? Brahman is Gnanam. What is the Shruti statement saying? Brahman is Pratyak. I think this is also a good question. You have to remember all the Shruti statements to prove these, the Visheshnas of the Nirguna Brahman. Make question? No. Yes. So question, he is excited. So you see here, you want to say here what Brahman is said as Gnanam. What is the statement, Shruti statement for this proof? Vishuddham. Lakshati Vishuddham iti. Tatra Gnanam Visheshyam. So in this, Gnanam is the Visheshyam, Tacha Sukarupam Eva. So these are all. That means here Nirgunam is also, Gnanam is also, Vishuddham is also, Kevalam Gnanam is also, Pratyak is also Samyak Avasthitam. So now Brahman is Gnanam. If you want to say what is that Shruti statement? Vignanam Anandam Brahma. For each you should write. Brahman is Gnanam. Then what is the proof? Vignanam Anandam Brahma. Now Brahman is Vishuddham Kevalam. This Jiva Goswami. Brahman is Vishuddham Kevalam. How to and also Shuddham, Vishuddham, Shuddham. So what is our statement? I am Atma Apahata Papma. It is Shruti. This Shruti is saying is Vishuddham. Brahman is Vishuddham inside in which Shruti? Which Shruti? I am Atma Apahata Papma. Brahman is Pratyak. What is the Shruti statement? Na yah prutivyam tishtan nityarabhya sa atmani tishtan atmanamantaro yamayati. It is Shruti. This Shruti is establishing Brahman is Pratyak. Like this. And Brahman is Samyak Avasthitam. What is the Shruti statement for this? So, Eko Devaha. This is the statement. Like this. Huh? Yes, Krama Sandarbha. This is from Krama Sandarbha. I am reading from Krama Sandarbha. For each Visheshana, so there is one Shruti statement of the Brahman. It will be a big question, so leave it. You cannot remember all these Shruti statements. So here in this, what is said? Vishuddham. Jivatma is not Shuddham, but Lord is Vishuddham. Why? Lord is Apahata Papma. There is no sin in him, but Jivatma is affected by the sin. So he is contaminated by the sin, sinful activities. It is entangled. That's why Jivatma is Ashuddham. Paramatma is Vishuddham. That point is discussed in the first paragraph. Sorry, in the big purport is one purport only, one paragraph. If you come to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 lines down, if you go, then you'll understand. Vignanam Anandam Brahma is said. From there onwards, you'll be seeing that this is the point is established. What is the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma? So Brahman is Visuddham and Jivatma is Asuddham. And like this, many things are discussed. So you can read this. Next, 40. Adyovatara Purusha Parasya Kala Swabhava Sadasan Manascha Dravyam Vikaro Guna Indriyani Virat Swarat Sthasnu Charishnu Bhumna. Translation Karanano Sai. Vishnu is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord, and he is the master of eternal time, space, cause and effects, mind, the elements, the material ego, the modes of nature, the senses, the universal form of the Lord, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, and the sum total of all living beings, both moving and non-moving. Adhyah avataraha purusha parasya kalaha swabhava sadasan manasya. So once again, he's just reminding It already said, na, Karana Srishti and Karya Srishti, everything. Adhyaha Avatara. So that's why in the Bhagavatam, where we can, how to see Karanano Savishnu, Garbhodak Savishnu proving. Names are not there directly in the sloka. Karanano Savishnu, Garbhodak Savishnu, names are there here? No. But it is, you can extract that. So these Mananashilaha Munayaha, so Rishi, acha, that's 41 ho gaya na, then 42. So next, so what is the duties of the first Purusha is said here, and his activities are explained in this Sarthaihi Chaturbihi. So by the 4.5 slokas from here to 4.5, 42, 43, 44, and 45, and 46 half. So till 46 half. So what is said? Activities of the Karnano Savishnu, Mahavishnu are explained. Okay. So Karnano Savishnu is what? Prakruti Ikshana Karta. Purusha is said in this sloka. What is the meaning of Purusha? Is the controller of Stri. Purusha means is controller of this Stri. That means is glancing on the Maya, Prakruti. The Purusha is the controller of Prakruti. That means Prakruti Ikshana Karta. That is said in Jagruhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibhi. There in that 1.3.1. And also Kala Swabhavadayasya Tasya Karma. So Kala, time is also his activity. Yes. So by that time, so what is happening? There is a changes in the modes and that is generating the various padarthas. That means when he just opened his eyes, so this action created the time, and that time is started bringing the changes in the modes. So just the actions of the body limbs of the Lord created the time. The movements of the limbs of the Lord created the time. And it is action. That's why time is the action of Lord. Is activity or action of the Lord. So then what happened? Then after that, one Maya became the many. Then from there, many things came. This Mahat Tattvam and Ahankara and so on, so on, so. And also Virat. Samishti Sariram also came. Virat Purusha also came. And yeah, many things. Okay, next. So 43 to 45. Aham bhavo yajna ime praje. Aham bhavo yajna ime prajesha. Together, Dakshadayo ye bhavadadayascha sarve lokapala kagalokapala nulokapala stala lokapala gandharva vidyadhara charanesha ye yaksharakshoraganaganath yo varshinam vrishabah pitrunam दैत्येन्द्र सिद्धेश्वर दानवेन्द्रा अन्ये च ये प्रेत पिशाच भूता कूष्माण्डयादोऽमृतगपक्षधीशा यत्किञ्च लोके भगवन्महस्वत् ओजःसहस्वद्बलवत्क्षमावत् श्रीह्रीविभूत्यात्मवद्भुतार्णम् Tattvam param rupamadaswarupam. Translation I will read. I myself, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, great generators of living beings like Daksha and Prajapati, yourselves, heavenly demigods like Indra and Chandra, the leaders of the Bhurloka planets, the leaders of the earthly planets, the leaders of the lower planets, the leaders of the Gandharva planets, the leaders of the Vidyadhara planets, the leaders of the Charanaloka planets, the leaders of the Yakshas, Rakshas, and Urgas, the great sages, the great demons, the great atheists, and the great spacemen, as well as the dead bodies, evil spirits, satans, jinn, kushmandas, great aquatics, great beasts, and great birds, and so on. In other words, anything and everything which is exceptionally possessed of power, opulence, mental and perpetual dexterity, strength, forgiveness, beauty, modesty, opulence, and breeding, whether in form or formless, may appear to be the specific truth and the form of the Lord, but actually they are not so. They are only a fragment of transcendental potency of the Lord. So, 4.5 slokas just they are explaining the. So, what are the different things are coming from the Mahavishnu? Mahavishnu means, so these things, these Charanas, Vidyadharas, Kinneras, Kimpurushas, and Indras, demigods, all the Rakshasas, Daityas, creation of all these you will be seeing the 3rd canto, 20th chapter, done by the Brahmaji, from where he is creating all this. So, which is, that means ultimate cause is Mahavishnu. So, but it is done by the Brahmaji. So, that's why Brahmaji, what he is going to do, is explaining here. It is said in the 3rd canto, 20th chapter. Once again, we will read there. Okay, we will come to know there. Little difference. Is okay, Prabhu. Rishinam, Rishabhaha, Pitrunam, Daiti. Prabhu.
There is Hindi translation also there. So here mention they all Vibhuti, all Shankar, Shiva, everything mentioned. Then list is given, and listen after that Tattvam Param Rupvat Srupam means these are like transcendental Rupvat like Lord Srupam. Just like here mentioned जितनी भी वस्तुएं हैं अद्भुत वर्ण वाली रूपवान या रूप ये सब के सब परम तत्वमय भगवत स्वरूप ही है. That is, I am here mentioned may appear to be the specific truth and the form of Lord, but actually they are not so. They are only fragment of transcendental potency of Lord. So, well, can you please explain?
Okay, Prabhuji, I will explain. So in this sloka, see 20, 43, 44 and 45, almost all, last one pada you leave it. Tattvam param rupavad aswarupo. Everything is clear. These are all just names only. Okay. So those names are mentioned in the translation. Now we have to understand Tattvam param rupavad aswarupam. This point we should understand. That is the point, na Prabhu. So we'll do this. We'll discuss that. Okay. So now I am reading the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary. There it is explained, this point also, your point, your whatever you are asking. So here, 45th slokas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary we are seeing here. In this last line of that sloka 45, Sri Hri Vibhutyatmavad Adbhutarnam. What is the meaning? Sri Hri Vibhutyatmavat Adbhutarnam. So in the Amarkosha it is said that is nothing but Bhaga. Bhaga means what? Sri Kama Mahatmya Virya Yatnarka Kirtishu Ityamaraha. Amarkosha is saying Bhaga means Sri means wealth, Kama means desires, Mahatmya, Virya, Yatna, Arka, Kirti, all these. They are the different things. So these are all known as Bhaga. So that's why here this Sri Hri Bhutyatmavat Adbhutaranam is nothing but the Bhaga. Bhaga is said here. That is the point. Just remember it, only I said. So next महत्वं तेजो युक्तं ओजस्सहो बलानि इंद्रिय मन शरीर पाटवानि ह्रीहि अकर्म जिगुप्सा विभूति संपत्ति आत्मा बुद्धि अद्भुता वर्णम आश्चर्य वर्णम तत् सर्वं तत्त्वं रूपवत् साकारम् अस्मदादिकं परम् अरूपवत् निराकारं कालादिकं च इति द्विदम्. So Lord's creation is now till now whatever is said. So that means so many things are coming. So time is also his chesta we came to know, and also Mahat, Ahankara, and after that, so Devatas, everyone is in the sleeping mode. In the sleeping mode, I don't know. So like this, many things are manifesting from the Mahavishnu. So those few are the Sakaram and few are the, some are having the form and some are not having the form. Example is time. Time is not having the, is there any form for the time? No. But if you do the demigods, or if you take the Prithvi, this is also coming from that Mahabhuta, Panchamaha. They are having form or not? Yes. Akasha is having any form or not? No form. So that means Rupavat means some are having the form, and what is that? Some are not having the form. Rupavat Satatvam Rupavat Sakaram Asmadadikam Param, and Arupavat Nirakaram, and also not having the form. That means Lord's creation is two ways. It is Bhagavad Rupam api Aswarupam. So Lord's form also Aswarupam na Bhagavataha. Bhagavad Rupam api Kaladikam cha iti dividam Bhagavad Rupam api Aswarupam na Bhagavataha Swarupam. Tasya Swarupa Sakti Vilasatva Abhavat ityardha. What is said here, you try to understand this. Oh, Lord's Mahavishnu's creation is two types. What is that? Sakaram, Nirakaram. Sakaram is example, Brahma, and so and so. There's Pancha Mahabhutas and Mahabhutaha, Mahabhutani, and so on. They're all having the form. Nirakaram is Kalaha. Okay. Lords, that means creation is having the two forms, and these two forms, that means Mahavishnu's creation is Sakaram and Nirakaram is a Dividam. This is also Cha iti Dividam Bhagavad Rupam api. That means it is also form of the Lord. Echa, that means in the slok question, Echa is said, na, what is the form of this universe? That question is asked by whom? Narada Muni asked. Then what Brahma is said? What is the form of this Vishwam? The Lord. Yes or no? Bhagavad Rupam or not? So that means this creation which is Sakaram and Nirakaram, so that form is what? Is the form of Lord. That means it is also Bhagavad Rupam. This is Vishwam. This Vishwam is something is Sakaram, something is Nirakaram, and that is nothing but the form of the Lord. That's why it is known as Vishwam is Bhagavad Rupam. Bhagavad Rupam. Which is Sakaram Nirakaram. Vishwam Bhagavad Rupam, which is Sakaram and Nirakaram. Clear? And this Bhagavad Rupam is for the Mahavishnu Aswarupam. This Bhagavad Rupam is Aswarupam, means na Bhagavatah Swarupam. This is not Swarupa of Lord. Swarupa of Lord. Vishwam is Bhagavad Rupam, but this Bhagavad Rupam is the Swarupa of the Lord. It is not the Swarupa of the Lord. Swarupa is different and Rupam is different. Try to understand. Vishwam is Bhagavad Rupam. Vishwam is in the form of Bhagavan. Is Bhagavan's form. Vishwam is Bhagavan's form. But that is not the Swarupam of the Bhagavan. Understand? So explain the statement Tattvam Param Rupam Rupavad Aswarupam. Write the question. Chaitanya Jivantu. Explain the statement Tattvam Param Rupavad Aswarupam. Explain the statement, that's all. Statement is Rupam Tattvam Param Rupavad Aswarupam. This is the statement. Yeah, any you can take. But only Vishwanath is there. If you want to explain anything special than this, okay, no problem. Yeah. Obviously, one is there means we should take. Okay, like this you should explain. Tattvam Param Rupavad Aswarup means you should go Vishwanath Chakravarti. If you go to the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, then you can easily get that. So Tattvam, that is the Vishwam is the Tattvam. Tattvam is the Vishwam, which is Sakaram, Nirakaram. This is equal to, this is Bhagavad Rupam. Bhagavad Rupam, but it is not Swarupam. That means Aswarupam. Not Swarupam means Aswarupam. This much, 3 marks. You got 3 marks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will reach the answer. Huh? No problem. By hook or crook, they should learn this, that's all. Somehow or other. For children, if you show some candy, then they will eat this like that. Yeah, Ahaitiki, we are not disturbing that kind of devotees. Someone who are Ahaitiki, we are not disturbing them. Na? So they are okay, they let them, but we are not disturbing them. We are just Sahaitiki people also we are attracting. Someone without anything motivation, if they want to take, let them take. We are not stopping. Yeah. So evancha kaladinam purusavatarasya karma rupatvepi te shaktayah brahmadayah gunavatarayah prajapatya vibhutayah anye kechid jnanina yoginah karminah modasya sthavara jangamascha sarve purusavatarasya sushtyadirila parigraha gneyaha. So that means you want me to read one again? Huh? So what he said, so that means now you should understand these things. This statement is clear. So that means Sakaram is a Brahma, Shiva, and so on. So that means Mahabhutani, Devatas, and also Kinnera, Kimpurusha, this. And Nirakaram is the time, and this. All these are the parikaras. Like in the Madhuri Leela, that means Narsinga Vamana in these Leelas, parikaras are there, na? That means various parshadas, they are there and they are performing, involved, they are engaged in the Leela. So in the Srishti Leela, these are the parikaras. That is the point. In the Srishti Leela of the Lord, who are the parikaras? All these. So in Vishnu, the Sakara objects and Nirakara objects. These are all the parikaras of the Srishti Leela. Clear? Last sloka. Okay, Parput, you people read. And last sloka. Pradhanyato yandrusha amananti Leelavataran purushasya bhumnaha Apiyatam karnakashaya soshan Anukramisheta iman supeshan. So in this sloka it is said, O Narada, now I shall state one after another the transcendental incarnations of the Lord known as Leela Avataras. Till now I said, so the Lord's Srishti Leelas. In the 5th chapter and in the 6th chapter, we have seen Srishti Leelas. Now we are going to see the various Leela Avatars in the next chapter. So hearing after their activities counteract all foul matters accumulated in the here. Whatever is the unnecessary thing is there, dirty, so that will be finished. These pastimes are pleasing to hear and are to be relished. Therefore, they are in my heart. So Brahmaji is also liking more. So Leela Avataras than the Purusha Avataras. That's the point. So because in the, so all these Srishti Leelas are done by whom? By the Purusha Avataras. Purusha Avataras. Purusha Avataras. What is the difference between Purusha Avatara and the Leela Avatara? So that is the point. Now we have to write a question. What is the difference between Purusha Avatara and Leela Avatara? Purusha Avatara means Paramatma. What we discuss in the Bhakti Sandarbha, Paramatma means? Paramatma means what I said. Who is going to answer? Jai Gopinath Prabhu. Paramatma is? Okay. Antaryamitva Shakti Yuktatvam, or the Jiva Maya Niyantritva Yukta Kevala Gnanam is the Paramatma. Okay, leave. So Paramatma, that is Purusha Avatara, means Maya Shakti Yukta, Maya Shakti plus Chit Shakti. That means one way you can say, you can one thing, one second. So he is also, Chit Shakti is there. Chit Shakti. Shakti plus Maya Shakti. Paramatma is possessing, then with Purusha Avatara is possessing both these two kinds of the Shaktis, Maya Shakti and Chit Shakti. But which is Pradhana? Maya Shakti Pradhana in the Purusha Avataras. But in the Leela Avataras, Kevala Chit Shakti. Kevala Chit Shakti. Chit Shakti. Chit Shakti Pradhana here. No Maya Shakti is there. Chit Shakti, Kevala Chit Shakti. That is difference. So that's a Leela Avataras are more relishing, because here Maya Shakti is Pradhana. So Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's limbs, we are producing the various ingredients. So what we read, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is along with what? Along with the Maya Shakti or not? We read or not like that? So that's why Purusha Avatara is, that's Karanano Sai Vishnu is bringing out the Prakriti, means he is with the Prakriti, means Maya Shakti. So that's why Purusha Avataras are with the Maya Shakti. But that Maya Shakti is not directly touching him. That is the far from him only. But that kind of apakrushta, that means Mayamcha tadapashrayam. So she is also under his shelter only, but it is not in the Swarupa of the Lord. That we already read. This Maya Shakti is not in the Swarupa, but because whatever creation is coming through the Maya, so that is a Sakara, Nirakara, and that is not the Swarupa of the Lord. We read or not now? Just. Kahan ja rahe hain? Rangamay. Sleeping? Huh? Is out, huh? Going out. Okay, we are finishing this. Why Leela Avataras are so attractive? Because they are fully Chit Shakti. That's it. And Purusha Avataras are Maya Shakti Pradhana. So that's why Leela Avataras purify the ears. So that's why, oh my dear Narada, you should hear the Tat Kathamrutam Tvaya Piyatam. That means now I am going to describe the Leela Avataras. Who are the example for the Leela Avataras? Varaha Vamana, so and so. Varaha Vamana, so and so many. Matsya Kurma ityadi. Okay. Just one purport, final purport. 2 minutes. What tomorrow? What chart? As it was said in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, one cannot be fully satisfied by hearing unless and until one is given a chance to hear of the transcendental activities of the Lord. So Brahmaji is also trying in this universe to stress the importance of narrating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord as he comes and manifests himself here on the surface of the materialistic planet. So that's why the Leela Avataras are going to purify the heart. So those activities of the Leela Avataras, so now that's why Narada is promoting. So Srishti Leela Avataras also okay. But recommendation is for what? For the, Brahmaji also doesn't want to discuss much about the Srishti Leela Avataras. So because if you go in deep of this science, so how this Virat Purusha is created and what are the ingredients, how that form is coming. So these things, these are all very difficult actually. And it's technical. So that's why he is saying that, so focus and meditate on the Leela Avataras. That's good. The cause of such a dissatisfaction is the incompatibility of the message with the innermost stratum of the living soul. That this transcendental literature is especially prepared by Srila Vasudev to give the utmost satisfaction to the people in general by narrations of the activities of the Lord, as instructed by Sri Narada Muni and Srila Vasudev. Such activities of the Lord are principally two varieties. One concerns the mundane manifestation of the material creative force, and other deals with the past tense in the form of the different incarnations in terms of the time and place. So two. One is mundane manifestation, that is the Purusha Avataras. And another is past tense, sweet past tense, that is the Leela Avataras. There are innumerable incarnations of the Lord. Even in the Bhakti Sandarbha also said, of course, these two Leelas are there, but which is more recommended? That is the Leela Avataras. So incarnations of the Lord, like the waves of the river flowing constantly in and out. Less intelligent persons take more interest in the creative forces of the Lord and in the material world, and being disconnected from the relationship. Actually, so that's why whoever is not so able to, heart is not purified, so at least they are recommended to meditate on the Virat Purusha, and so that purification will happen, and ultimately they should also meditate on the transcendental form. So this creation is generally people are interested in the seeing the details of the creation, but not on the personal form, because their heart is not clear. So but whose heart is purified, so they are getting attraction towards the Leela Avataras. So that's why Brahmaji is going to discuss about those in the coming chapter. The devotees of the Lord, however, know well how the creative forces work concurrently by the action and reaction of the material energy of the Lord. Therefore, they take more interest in the transcendental activities of the Lord as he incarnates himself on the surface of the material world. So that's why devotees take more interest on what? On which avataras? Which activities of whom? Activities of the Leela avataras. Srimad Bhagavatam is the history of the activities of the Lord, and people who take interest in the hearing Srimad Bhagavatam clear their hearts of accumulated mundane filth. So there are 1,001 rash literatures on the market, but one who has taken interest in the Srimad Bhagavatam loses all interest in such filthy literature. That's why after coming in association of devotees, everyone, so they leave their jobs and their interest in the preparing for IAS and preparing for the and so everything is finished. So Sri Brahmaji is thus attempting to narrate the principal incarnations of the Lord so that they may be drunk by Narada as transcendental nectar. So those are all the Leela Avataras. Tomorrow onwards we'll discuss. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the second canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Purusha Sukta. Thank you very much, confirmed. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry for